Hey good people, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, don't be shy. Hit the subscribe button and follow along in this beauty, fashion, and lifestyle content. And also, don't be greedy. Share with your friends and have them come join it with you. So today we are doing what I call my signature makeup look. It's basically like my go-to makeup that never fails me. It's what I feel more confident in. I feel like every person that is in makeup, that does makeup, that plays with like beauty products, has their signature look as well as like their signature go-to products. But for my signature look, my application, my technique, that all stays the same even if the products change. So over on IG, I did ask you all to send in some questions, which you did. I thank you so much. So we're going to be answering those questions while doing my signature look. I'm not really going to be using any new products. I feel like if anything, it's just going to be products that I haven't used in a long time, like one or two things, or just products that I just don't reach for on a regular, but I don't know why. I don't remember if I like them or don't like them. So we're going to find out today together. Also, I'm not going to go through and mention the products just to kind of save on time, but everything is going to be listed in the description box. So the first question is, what is my favorite color? And the reason why I'm laughing is because when I was asking about the questions and sending you questions, I was like, oh, if you're new here, then, ask me what my favorite color is. Do you know my favorite color? So someone was like, well, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is red. I feel like red has always been my favorite color, but red gets a bad rap. And so at a young age, I switched over to like purple. So I was like, oh, well, that's pretty too. But now that I'm older, I really don't care, and red is officially my favorite color. I don't know if it's because I look good in red, like in my opinion, or what it is about red. I just feel like it's bold, it makes a statement, like she's like in the face. Next question is, where did I get my glasses I was wearing in my stories? And the company is called Zilu. Actually, I have them right here. So it's these glasses. It's from a company called Zilu. Like I said, I will have it in the description for you. But yeah, I just felt like I had been looking for blue light glasses, and I quickly realized that not all blue light glasses are the same. I really have to stop like thinking that about products, because what I was finding was the ones that I was just like randomly picking up or just purchasing off of Amazon without any kind of customization or anything like that, they were giving me really bad headaches, like unbearable every single day. So I had to just basically stop wearing them, so much so that like my boyfriend was like, why do you have so many headaches every day? He just thought that I was just having random headaches, but it was the glasses. And I was like, I feel like you're defeating the purpose of being blue light glasses if you're literally hurting my eyes. Like the headaches would be behind my eyes, which is how I knew that it had to be the glasses. So I did just stop wearing blue lights for a long time, because I was like, if this is what they do, I can't, and I'm gonna just have to keep risking my eyes. But then I saw this brand just constantly coming over my feed in an ad, and I was like, you know what, let's just do it. I think that they were doing a sale, and I figured like that was the perfect time to try the glasses. And also the style, this style is so like outside my comfort zone, I feel, just because of like the color. It's a little bit of a cat eye, like this is definitely different for me. But like I said, there was a sale. I saw another person with them on and she looked gorgeous in them. So I said, why not? All I'm doing is staying inside. So even if they're not all that great, I'm just inside. But what I think is so nice about them is that you can customize them. Like I just did the whole blue light and then I think anti-glare. But if you have a prescription, you can add your prescription. If you want to make them transition, make them transition. Or for driving mode, like you have some customization options in there. Oh, and then another thing why I feel like it took me so long is because there's so many styles. Like don't get mad at me if you get overwhelmed with the amount of styles that site offers. This question, can you cook? I feel like I get this question all the time, especially from men. I should say probably only from men, because I don't think women have ever asked me if I can cook, but I always find it so fascinating. But I also don't really know how to answer the question, like, can I follow steps in a recipe? Yes, if there are steps, I can follow them. Like I can read, I can measure, whatever. Like I can definitely cook some rice, I can boil some water, right? Like like what are we talking about here? Or do you just really mean can I cook in the exact same manner of like the New Orleans restaurant? And that answer would probably be no. But also I probably don't want to, because then I don't know what my health would be like. No offense to my city, but listen, our food is not known to be healthy. You love it for a reason. But like I said, yes, I can follow a recipe and I'm not afraid to like put my own flair on it. I think the reason why people are like, oh, I don't know how to cook, or my food just tastes so regular, bland or whatever, is because people are seasoning with just salt and pepper. Like every recipe that I see either on TikTok or even like just online, they'll be like, oh, add salt and pepper. And what else? Like that can't be it. Like you need something else. Even if you're adding, minced garlic, or, chopping up garlic and adding it into your pot, you need something else. You need something on the actual food. And salt and pepper, it's not gonna get it. But do I have my go-to like seasonings that I know will never fail me if everything else does? Absolutely. And it's like garlic powder and seasonal. It doesn't have to be complicated. Not garlic salt, garlic powder. Stop overkilling your food with salt. Oh, and then lastly on this topic, because I feel like this one needs to be said, your tools. Like, if your pot and pan is supposed to be metal and it looks like a cast iron skillet, it's time to switch those out. The metal is in your food, and that's probably why it tastes horrible. So get some quality pots and pans. Get some quality tools like your spoons, your tongs, and all of that. Do not use your forks and your knives inside your pans. You're ruining them. Go ahead, go to TJ Maxx and get you a knife set. Get you a skillet pot set. Like, you should not only have, one spoon, one spatula, one knife. That's not going to cut it. And I feel like you don't want to cook because you're frustrated because you don't have all the things that you need. I'm not saying go ham, but get the basics. Whew, I feel like I could talk on that topic for a long time, only because my mom is like very passionate about her kitchen. Like, she will tell you in a heartbeat. First of all, if she even lets you in her kitchen, do not use like metal utensils in her pots and pans. So yeah, that's like ingrained in all of her children's minds. But next question, makeup starter pack must-haves. Okay, so if I am going to make an assumption, like if it's a starter pack, I'm also going to assume that you're a beginner. And why is this such a hard question? Ugh. As far as items, I mean, I feel like even the products that I use are great to have in your starter pack. I think that what makes it a starter pack is the price. So I would definitely say like go for inexpensive things. You don't need to go out here and buy the high-end stuff, even though I probably make it so tempting, and all these other influencers make it so tempting to go and get that Armani Luminous foundation, even though that's the foundation that I started with. But don't do it, right? Like, start low, get comfortable with makeup, and then build yourself up. So some things. Brows, yes. You need something to brush up your brows. Your brows is what's like framing your face, and then makes all the difference in the world if you have them tamed and, polished. You don't have to go too crazy. You don't have to, get like a fill-in or this crazy color pencil. Just maybe get like some kind of gel to just like brush them up and tame them. That's a good place to start. Next would be concealer, since we're here. Okay, here's the thing. If you don't need concealer, don't do concealer. I feel like when I started out very, very young playing in makeup, I didn't know anything about concealer. Like my foundation covered up everything, including under my eye. I didn't know what I was doing, but yet everything was covered. You know, if you don't need it, don't feel like you have to have it. And when it comes to concealer, there are like 3 levels to concealing. Well, technically 4. So one is like this orange area. It's the color corrector. Then you have the concealer that matches your skin tone, which I would use like for on your face. Then you have your under eye concealer, which is usually 2 or 3 shades lighter than your normal skin tone or your foundation. And then you have the brightening concealer. Now, as a starter kit, listen to what I'm saying. I would only focus on either the one that matches your skin tone or the one that's 2 shades lighter than your foundation. And I say only 2 shades because I feel like if you go 2 or 3, you're moving into like more dangerous territory. And if you're not comfortable with like concealers and blending it out and what it's going to look like on your face, it's going to be too much. And you're going to be like, oh, I don't like it. 2 shades, that's your max as a starter kit. And then after you get comfortable with that, then you can move on to like your color correctors if you know how to use them and which color you will need, and then your brightening. Like literally I just got into brightening because I was like, I really don't feel like I need it. It is something a little fun to have, but it's not a must. Okay, next up, since we're here now, your face. If you are new to makeup, start off with a skin tint or like a balm, like the Myers balm. Here's why. When it comes to skin tints or when it comes to let's say foundations, I feel like they require more blending, right? Especially depending on like what brand you're using and all that. It's going to require more blending. And if you are somebody who's just going to throw on the makeup and be like, oh, that's it, it's going to do whatever. No, you have to blend until basically your arm hurts, right? And then with foundations, you gotta know your undertones. I mean, yes, with skin tints too, but I feel like a lot of brands, like fortunately and unfortunately, don't make a lot of range when it comes to color with skin tints. A lot of skin tints will cover 1 or 2 like undertone colors. For instance, I can go neutral or I can go warm with certain foundations, certain skin tints. And so there's this one brand, I don't even know which one it is, but they describe their color as a warm neutral. And to me, I'm like, houseway, but yet it works perfectly on my skin. So that's what I'm saying. I would start off with a skin tint because when you start diving into foundations, it is more than just being like, oh yeah, this looks close to my skin tone. Undertones will mess up the entire thing. So start off with a skin tint, get comfortable with the skin tint, get comfortable with applying it. And with skin tints, I feel like you only need a little bit. You know, foundations, well, I guess with foundations, you only need a little bit these days, but I'm just saying like with skin tints, it doesn't take as much work as it would, I feel personally, for a foundation. Next up, my favorite face product, bronzers. I love bronzers. I just feel like they add that nice warmth to your face. They add dimension to your face. Even though you can have this like nice done up face, sometimes you can look a little flat. So you need that bronzer to just really add that dimension to your face. And I would start off using a powder. So don't really consume yourself with cream products. Get comfortable with those first and then move on to your cream and liquids. Even though it may seem like they are easier to maneuver, first of all, sometimes they are extremely pigmented. Sometimes you gotta blend the hell out of them depending on what brand and how much pigment. So it can be kind of a scary thing. And if you are not a master of blending yet, then it can look a little funny. So definitely get a powder bronzer. And the same goes with your blush. Get a powder blush. I know that like back in the day, women of color used to run away from blush. Not anymore. You need a blush. You need to add some kind of color to your cheeks so that you don't look dead. Okay? We're not trying to look like ghosts. We're trying to look like humans here. So get a nice powder blush. And then yes, you're going to need some kind of powder to seal in your foundations and your Guess concealer. I wouldn't really focus on having a translucent face powder and an under eye powder, I would just stick with one powder that just kind of covers your entire face as a starter kit. I know that it looks exciting to have the whole under eye thing, but if we're just starting, just get one powder. And then lastly, obviously, is the lip. You need a good lip gloss. Nothing will ruin a look than chapped, dry lips. Your whole face can be beat, but if your lips look chapped and you can like see that peeling from your lip, your makeup look is ruined. It's over for me. So I don't care if it's a balm. Get some kind of a lip product that just moisturizes your lips and keeps them from looking chapped. Now, if you are someone who is trying to get more into lip colors, I would say get a lip gloss that actually adds color. So for instance, the Lip Bar, they have these lip glosses that do I have one right here somewhere? I'm sorry. Oh, whew, we were about to stop this whole video. But no, so they have these lip glosses that actually add color to your lips. Like this is one of my favorites. This is Showstopper. It is a lip gloss, but it adds pink to your lips. So if you're someone who is trying to get into colors and get comfortable with colors, stop wearing just clear glosses and get glosses that actually have color to get used to seeing yourself with color on your lips. Does that make sense? But my last tip about being like a starter kit or a beginner, be light-handed. I know you might see people applying like 2 pumps of something or 3 pumps of something. Don't do that. Start off with 1 pump. Start off with a half a pump. Especially with this day and age, I feel like a lot of products you only need a little bit in order to achieve the look that you want to achieve. So start small and then build up, because if you already put too much, you can't go backwards, right? And I think that this is a good segue into another question that I saw. What products can't you live without? Y'all are coming with some hard stuff here. Speaking of dry lips, I always forget to put my balm on with y'all. Y'all be making me nervous. Okay, so products I can't live without. So definitely a bronzer. Like I said, I just feel like bronzer adds so much like depth and dimension to your face. You can look so flat sometimes, and you just add a little bit of a bronzer and it just turns things around for you. Of course, a lippy. I don't care if it is a balm. I don't care if it's Vaseline. You need some kind of lippy, some kind of moisturization on the lips. It doesn't have to be hella glossy. Just something that doesn't make it look dry. Basically, I would say mascara. Yes, definitely mascara. I feel like it's just gonna open your eyes. It's just gonna kind of like complete the look. So you need a good mascara. Those are the products that I would say I cannot live without. Also thinking about the products that I chose, I am one that always loves products that can do more than one thing. So like there have been plenty of days where I don't have anything on my face and then I just add a bronzer and it just turns things around. You can also add bronzer on your eyelid to add warmth there if you're not like really good with eyeshadows, or if you just, want something on your eyes but don't feel like, doing a whole bunch of eyeshadow. Do that. And then the mascara, yes, it goes on your eyelashes, but let's go a little bit old school. I used to put it in my brows, like not straight from the tube, but like after I'm done my eyelashes, I would then go to my brows to add a little color and then to also lay them down. Like, let's not forget where we came from. So yes, it's like 3 products that I can't live without out of all the products that I have, but they serve dual purposes and I just feel like they really are a good like game changer when it comes to pulling your face together. Friendship at 40 plus, when everybody's life seems to be on very different paths. It's the very for me, but I feel like that is fitting. Are you gonna open? But yeah, the very is very fitting, just because, for example, people in their 40s that I know, like they are married, they have kids, and all those responsibilities, and I am someone who is not married and does not have kids. So it's mostly like we have different priorities. But also with like friendships that you've had for a really long time, if you met them when you were one type of person or on one type of path or journey, and now that you are older or in your 40 plus, and you're not that same person, some people may find it a little bit hard to adjust to that newer version of you. If they're used to you being, constantly quiet or very nonchalant or go with the flow, standing in the background, and then now all of a sudden you're not, and you are someone who's like speaking up for yourself and, showing more of your personality and, all the things, they may not know how to accept that. They don't know how to adjust to that because you have been known as this person who has just been always the quiet one, just always one going with the flow, doing what the other person wants to do, or, being that listener and having them always talk about themselves. And now that things have changed, they're like, who are you? Or the infamous, like, oh, you've changed. And then don't let it align with like some other part of your life. Like if you get a new job or you get a new partner, and like, oh, you've changed, or money has changed you, or that person has changed you, love has changed you, your job has changed you. And here's the thing, maybe it has, and maybe it needed to, but it's not my job to make you feel comfortable. Either you evolve with me or you don't. And it is unfortunate that, if you've been friends for a long time and now here it is, 10, 20 years later, and you're realizing that you're about to lose this friendship, it hurts. I get it. But people just may not stay the same. People evolve, and either you're going to evolve with me and we kind of stay on the same track. Not saying that we have to do the same thing. Like, I'm not saying that I can't be friends with my married friends or friends who have kids. Like, it's just kind of like, are we evolving in the same direction? Like that. Does that make sense? What drew you to the double life? Oh gosh. We're gonna have to like go way back, like 2014, when I first started my corporate job and I was like becoming an adult. Like, my parents own a business, and so I've just worked for them all my life basically. But when I started this corporate job that I'm still in, I had this feeling that I just wanted more. Like, I wanted more than just a 9 to 5. I wanted to be more than just wake up, go to work, come home, dinner, sleep, wake up, go. Like, that just seemed a little bit boring to me. And I just needed more. Like, I've seen that life. No shade to my father because he's done amazing things, but he's a workaholic. He doesn't really travel, anything like that. And I understand that, that is his happy place. So that worked for him. But I just wanted more, right? So it started out with fitness because at that time I was really working on my fitness journey and finding my swing in the whole health and healthy lifestyle. And a friend of mine reached out and she was like, oh, I see you, working out, working on your fitness. What about joining, Beachbody and becoming like a coach and building this community and helping them work out and showing your workouts while also working on your own fitness? It makes sense. Why not? And so doing that, it was fulfilling because I was helping these other women like take better care of their health. And they loved it because they saw someone that looked like them. Like, healthy doesn't mean skinny. I could never be what the whole chart tells me I'm supposed to be. I think I'm supposed to be like 150. Who? Where? You know how sick I would be? So I feel like I was able to really build my community from that because they saw that, oh, you're healthy, you're working out, and you're not skinny. I've got curves. I'm trying to maintain my curves. I don't want to lose my curves, right? I am thick, but yet I'm still healthy. I'm still having that balance of, yes, I eat healthy here. Yes, I work out, but I'm also enjoying life. So that's, I feel like, where it really started. And then, how long did I do that for? Was it about like 5 years, I think? I then started craving even more because I wanted to talk about more than just fitness. Like, I have loved makeup ever since my mom like allowed me to play in her red lipstick, which is probably why I love red so much, because that was the color that I played in her lipstick. it was red. So anyway, um, oh, am I gonna be able to talk to y'all and do this? Yeah. So anyway, I want to talk about other things, and I feel like that's when content creation was really starting. Like in 2020, it was really like getting heavy, and people were getting more serious about it. So I saw it, and I was like, oh wow, like people are talking about beauty and sharing their skincare, and it looks fun, and making these fun videos and really educating people. And so one thing that I was told when I first started my corporate job was that I was really good at explaining things. And even my friends sometimes tell me that I'm really good at like breaking things down, and I have I guess a knack for teaching things. I'm not really sure, but so I was like, well, maybe I can do that. And it kind of combines like what I'm good at, but also what I really love, which is makeup and skincare and all the things. But also at the same time, I was working on my own skincare. It's like it was kind of like a gradual transition. Like you get healthy and you trying to build your confidence in your own body. And then once you get there, it's like, well, now what do I do with it? How do I maintain it? Right? Like what skincare regimen should I be using to, for my skin to maintain my confidence? And how should I be dressing, and where can I even find clothes? What is my style, and how do I dress for my body? So it's like it was like a gradual transition, and now I'm just sharing it with people. Now, the reason why it is a double life is because I don't have the courage. I don't want to say faith, because I mean, I have faith, but I guess I don't have it if I have to put a but to just quit and go full time. I know that you see a lot of people that's like, oh, I quit my corporate job to pursue content creation full time, which is great for them. But look at their whole story. So there are people that I follow that did that, and they ended up a year or two later moving back in with their parents. I'm not doing that. My parents are retired. They need to enjoy their life. Or they have that partner that, said, oh, honey, you will let go from your job. I can hold us down while you pursue your content creation because that brings you joy. I would love if that was my life, but it's not. So it's like bills, me, putting food on the table, me, roof over my head, me, clothes, me, like savings, me, play money, me. Everything is me. So I can't give up what is feeding all these things for something that's not feeding it yet. Even though I can say that, oh well, if I did lose my job, I could pursue it full time and then maybe it will roll in. Yes. But since I don't have to drop my corporate job, I'm not going to. I don't need to. And on top of that, there are a lot of influencers who still do both. I mean, very successful, they stay booked and busy, who are still working their corporate job. And on top of that, they're also mothers and fathers and wives and husbands. So it's like they're working 3, 4 jobs. You know what I'm saying? So if they can do that, surely I can still do my corporate and content creation. Now, is that going to remain the story of my life for the rest of my life? I have no idea. But for right now, yes, that is how I'm living the double life of being the corporate girl and a content girl. And right now, it's working. It's fun. Like content creation is like my outlet from corporate. I don't want to just be a corporate girl. I can't. Like I just feel like I'm made for more. I feel like I have more to offer. Even just by some of the messages that I message people and how they message me, and it's like, oh, I'm new here. I love your content. Thanks for showing up. I wasn't feeling good as a tall person, and now, I'm getting all these ideas from you, and I think like that is what it's all about, like helping other women feel comfortable. And especially as a 40 plus, like no shade, but like this is an era where it seems like this age is not being celebrated, it's not being seen. So if I can help that, or even just our age, tall, curvy, we're not being seen, right? It's all changing, and it seems like it's reverting back. I'm trying to keep it moving forward. So that is why I am living this double life. That is why I am deciding to show up and do this content creation. And I'm enjoying it. So the moment I don't, something's got to stop. Okay, I think this is the last question. It is the love update. Let's get into it. Yes, let's. We're going good. We are doing good. I will say that we did have a rough patch. Yeah, we had a rough patch. And we were both feeling it, right? And which I thought was also very, very interesting that we were both feeling it. I think that I was just the one that really voiced it. But it forced us to have those hard conversations, which is good, those hard and very uncomfortable conversations, but very necessary conversations. And I think that that's what is one of the beautiful things about long distance relationship. I know that long distance relationships get a bad rap, right? They're hard. They are very hard. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. You don't have that constant interaction, or you may see other couples that are just like doing all the things together, and then here you are solo, even though you're not single, but yet you're solo, right? It's hard. But I love the long distance relationship part where it forces you to actually communicate. Not saying that some of these couples are not communicating. I just think that it is a lost art where I feel like people are talking. They're definitely talking, but are you communicating? Like, are you listening? Are you having the hard questions? Are you having the hard conversations? And are you having the realistic conversations? I know that like butterflies and all of that is in the beginning, right? And he's sending you flowers and all of that, and he's making you feel good, and he's paying for everything. Like, yeah, my guy did the same thing, and he will continue to do the same thing. But if the flowers end, because I don't know if something happens, right? Or if, heaven forbid, they lose their job, and he's unable to constantly give you flowers, unable to be the one that pays for everything, are you still going to like him? Are you able to pick up the slack? And if you do have to pick up the slack, do you still like him? Do you still love him? Are you still into him? Right? Like, it's a good question to have, right? Are you talking about finances, which is a very hard topic in relationships? I don't want to talk about finances when you put a ring on my finger. That's too late. I want to talk about finances before we get to the ring. It's going to help me decide if we even get to the ring, right? I don't want to talk about, what else do you talk about in relationships? But it's like, I just don't want to have the hard conversations after the ring. And if it's something that I don't fully agree on, I kind of now feel stuck because you put a ring on my finger, and then you have outside pressure. Have the hard conversations now. So I just feel like long distance relationship really helps us have those hard conversations, and we talk about everything. And I'm not even a talker, which he's definitely finding out, but we talk about everything, right? But obviously we got past that hard patch, I guess, that we were having. Not saying that we're not going to have another, but hopefully not for a long time. But we are in a good place. I met his siblings. They seem like a really good bunch. I feel like we could all get along. He has not met my family yet. That is planned for November, Thanksgiving, because that's like basically the only time that I really go home. But he is planning to meet the family, meet the friends, no pressure. And then I have no idea when I will meet his mom or even his kids. No clue. Oh, I guess I should have started here. So yes, I am in a long distance relationship. And when I say long distance, I'm not talking about, oh, we're just like 2 hours away. Like, nothing like that. Like, you got to catch flights. You got to coordinate finances to pay for these flights, to see each other. and he also has children, so it's like he got to work around that. So yes, we are in a good place right now. Everything is going great. Gosh, I don't even know what else to say about it. Yeah, I think that we are having, maybe we're just starting to think about, living and the future and things like that. But right now, everything is moving at a good pace, and everything is good. Yeah. So did I answer everything? Yes. So this is the look, my signature go-to look or technique that just basically never fails. Let me know if you have any questions about products or techniques. Like I said, everything is going to be in the description box. But also let me know maybe like what else you want to see on this channel. I will catch you next time.